Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I made some cake jars over the weekend, so I wanted to show you guys how I made them and see how pretty these things are. They were so pretty, and it was for my niece. She turned 1, yes, over the weekend, and it was such a great party. Anyway, so I decided to film it and show you guys how I made this cake jar. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is just bake your cake as usual. So this was me trying to bake the cake and the birthday cake and the